Have you ever been in Lancaster County and been stuck in a traffic jam and didn't know why? No cops on site with cars pulled over, no ambulance, no car accident. And all of a sudden you see this horse and buggy turn the corner and you know why. Traffic jam. Today I'm going to talk to you about the Amish way. I'm going to tell you about how they rear their children from birth to young adults. I'm going to talk to you about their holidays and the way they celebrate them. I'm also going to tell you about their weddings, their funerals, and their elderly. The Amish history of the church started back in 1963 when leadership was under Jacob Amon. When individuals chose the the traditional over the modern way of the world. Men usually wear dark colored trousers, shirts with plain buttons, and they're typically white shirts, solid, with a suspenders attached to the pants. They generally wear black hats in the wintertime and straw hats in the summertime. The women usually wear purples, greens, grays, blues, long sleeve dresses. Their dresses are from the knee to the ground in length. They can stop anywhere from underneath the knee to the ground. They also wear hair covering. Black is usually worn to show young adults who are single, and the white is usually worn by the married women. The hats serve as a symbol of submission. When Amish women bear children, they are seen as gifts of God, much like the Christian world. In the Amish community, it is a sin to abort any child and or take birth control. So the families tend to be very large. The firstborn is generally born at a health facility, health center, or hospital. After the first, the mothers typically have their children at home with a housewife present. There tend to be a lot of genetic disorders within the Amish community due to inbreeding. Schooling for the Amish, they are usually schooled in a one-room schoolhouse. The schoolhouse will teach from 1st to 8th grade. The Amish sees the education is much like arrogance, so they only teach up to 8th grade. After that time, students typically will go to what's called a vocational school, where they'll go to a teacher's house and learn hand-on things, how to build things, how to make things, how things work. This is typically done with the supervision of the teacher. Within the school age, science is not taught. The Amish sees it much like evolution. The teen's social life, teenagers work outside of the house, typically at the age of 14, and then at 16, they go through what's called Rumspringa. Rumspringa is where the Amish children are allowed to gather without supervision. And during this time is the time that they're supposed to reflect and really decide on which it is that they want to do with their life, whether they want to be baptized Amish or leave the community. This also is the time that courtship generally starts between the ages of 16 and 17. During this time, they take time to get to know the other person by ways of their beliefs and their opinions on what they believe in. The courtship is totally up to the children. A lot of people tend to think that the courtship is geared by the parent choosing their mate. However, that is not true. They do pick their own mate. The family unit would be if they decide to marry, it's usually during the ages of 22 and 25. There is no engagement ring given. The engagement is kept a secret from the family, friends, and the community. The engagement is only announced to both their families in July or August, a few short months before the wedding will take place, which is usually take place in November. The community becomes aware of the engagement by the father announcing it in the Sunday service. The bride generally will get a bridal shower. However, the bridal shower gifts are home items that both husband and wife can use. The Amish wedding is the most important social event. The wedding occurs after the harvest, again during the months of November. The wedding is held on a Tuesday or a Thursday. The wedding ceremony is typically held at the home of the bride. While it is custom of the Amish are far different from that of the traditional American wedding, the number of guests that will attend an Amish wedding can range up to 200 to 400. The Amish have deep beliefs in simplicity, and so they do not wear special wedding attire. The bride will wear ordinary Sunday clothing, possibly handmade of a bridal color, and the groom will wear a black suit, a black hat, and a white shirt. The food served at the wedding is traditional and plentiful. After the wedding, the couple do not go on a honeymoon. They spend the next few weeks moving into their new home, visiting close friends and family. Since the couple is not given gifts at their wedding, they will receive throughout the weeks after the wedding. Amish consider objects needed for the furnishing of the home will be given to them. They will be given vases, cabinets, china that is to be kept to hand down to their children when they receive their new home. The church views a newly married couple as a new family to add to the church and help assist in child rearing. Divorce is not sanctioned in the Amish community, though it does occur. It is very rare. The family unit is highly respected. As mentioned earlier, children are usually considered a gift from God, received with joy, and the elderly take a good care of as well. The elderly do not go to retirement homes. They live with their families when they are too old to live by themselves. While they will live with their families, most of them will have their own section in the family house. So it would be an attachment to the family house with its own separate dining, kitchen, bathroom, etc. They also will have access to their own horse and buggy. They're looked upon as a leader. They often teach the children how to read, help clean, help do chores. They are a major part of their family. Like people of many cultures, the Amish usually find joy in celebrating holidays. However, their way may be just a little different. They're usually divided into fellowships of around 100 people. There are various types of Amish orders, although there may be a variety from section to section, church to church, and family to family. They observe their holidays. Variations is not much different as compared to other ethnic groups or cultures. They celebrate Christmas on the 25th. They consider it a holy day in honor of Jesus Christ, the only Son of God. Rather than Christmas trees and decorations, they simply burn Christmas candles. They consume usual foods served during the holidays, such as turkey and mashed potatoes, gravy, stuffing. They typically spend the day, the afternoon, playing cards, board games, table games, or just reading Bible stories. Their gift giving is common. They're simple and personal in the sense that they are handmade gifts, such as dolls, doll clothing, clothing, household items, such as quilts, brooms, step stools, and what have you. They also will celebrate Easter and Pentecostal Day, much like, and Good Friday, much like most Christians do. Instead of making a Easter bunny appearance, they will color eggs. Families will get together and share a meal after church services and socialize, make conversation, and visit each other is also very common on these holidays as well. In the Amish culture, when the loss of a family member, as loved one, occurs, grieving process just as any other person in the world does, except they will not dwell on death. Unlike many other cultures, the Amish will not question death of a loved one. They put all their faith into the Lord. The Amish consider death to be a natural rhythm of life. The Amish reminded that their focus on the death should not be much on this world as it is yet to come. The preparation for an Amish funeral service varies depending on the area they live in. The first step of the Amish culture is to wash the body before the undertaker comes to the house. The washing is done by the family members. The undertaker then will leave the body in a local funeral home where the family could come. Coffins are stored at the funeral home. They come in, the normal sizes. The undertaker usually embalms the body and then dresses it in long underwear. The Amish make the lining of the coffin and then deliver it to the undertaker. The Amish tradition is to dress a man in white pants, a vest, and a shirt, and the women be dressed in a white dress, a cape, and an apron. Now that I've told you about the Amish, their rearing, their way they celebrate their holidays, their elderly, and how they play a role in their family, as well as death and how they perceive it, I hope that you have a better understanding of the Amish way.